While Tiffy was gone, she got married. Zach and I had a little adventure of our own. We went to the King Opera House.
We didn't get married.
Aww, we went to the King Opera
House. Such a good story.
What a twist.
Do you want to talk about this or not?
Plot twist. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, King Opera House in Van Buren. Lots of stories coming out of there. People have seen things, you know, paranormal teams have investigated it.
What?
Those who work there will even say, you know, they've heard things.
I would expect it.
Thank you.
I mean, it was built, what, late 1800s, so it's an old building.
It's an old building, a lot of history, which, again, we see that time and time again. The more history you have in a place, the more those stories start to get a little scary or a little spooky. Yeah.
So we just wanted to check it out. Take a look.
This week on Around the Corner, we are sticking with the spooky theme, and that's brought us to downtown Van Buren.
Yeah, that's right. Undoubtedly, where you live, someplace nearby is going to be haunted.
Yes.
You're going to know some urban legends. Maybe there have been some ghosts there.
Yes, and when you come to a place like this, we're surrounded by buildings that go back to the 1800s. You start talking about old buildings, lots of history. You know you're going to get some ghost stories.
Yeah, like the King Opera House here got its name in 1901, and I hear they have quite a few inside.
I'm scared, Joe.
Let's go see.
Okay.
All right, we have the Executive Director of Arts on Main, Bill Ratcliffe, here with us today. Thank you so much. We want to know about some of those stories that we've heard about.
Well, there are lots of stories and lots of experiences here. Personally, the only thing that I've heard is just things dropping, like here in the lobby area. You'll hear things dropping.
That's enough for Zach.
For some. But there are lots of stories that people have had in different areas. So we can go into the theater and I can show you some of the things.
We want to know them all. Let's go.
All right.
Is there anyone with us?
Always. We had a paranormal investigation group who came in here. When they finished and they sent me, they said, oh, we have something. We got a picture. It's a picture of this area, and it was actually over here on the third row. Second seat in, you can just have a seat right there.
I don't know. I feel like it's an occupied seat.
Standing in that point, right in front of this seat, was an apparition.
Just standing right here.
Standing right there.
Apologize.
You don't want to sit there anymore?
No.
I had a gentleman who was on a ladder. He was doing some painting of a piece of scenery, and he looked over, and there was a man in a long black coat with a top hat standing in that box seat right there. What we believe is actually an actor. His name is Charles Tolson. His company was in residence here doing shows. Had gone to the train station up the street and was buying a ticket when he was shot by the local doctor who happened to have a daughter, and he thought the daughter was in love with the actor, but they think that the actor, because this is the last place he acted, has come back here.
All right, so you can come down to the King Opera House, maybe have your own experience.
That's right. That's it for us on Around the Corner this week. We'll see you next time.
Oh, wait, Joe. Hey, Charles, watch after the place. Get up. All right, that was neat.
So just real quick, you may not have seen it, but at the end of the video, something a bit unusual there. It looks like what many call an orb, right?
Yes.
A translucent, maybe ball of light that could be associated with energy. Ghost hunters, paranormal investigators, that's what they
Me and my dad have
about
always loved paranormal shows growing up and all that stuff. We watched all those ghost hunter shows and stuff like that. I will say this, I've never been a big orb guy, but I'm listening.
Well,
in hand,
we
right?
slowed it down. So take a look at the video, kind of slowing it down, took some contrast out of there. It's coming right at the end. The top of the middle screen, you'll see a little light sort of like zigzag around up there at the top of the balcony and kind of highlight it for you. It just kind of...
So I don't think it's a bug. The question for me goes to, is it some dust? But it's certainly there.
Some dust.
But it goes like in a
It's one
circle
of the.
and around.
It's three
Yeah,
things.
it does go in a
In the
circle.
ghost world, it can only be three things. It's got to be dust. It's got to be a bug, or it's got to be an orb.
Yeah.
We know it's not a shining light or anything
Right,
like that.
and we're not experts, so
We're
what
not
we did
experts.
do, we took it to the experts, paranormal investigator
We
Dave
did?
Sharp with Paranormal Investigations Haunted Nation.
Yes.
He says he won't say definitely it's an orb. It was really fast, of course, we saw that, but he said it very well could be.
The way it
We
was
might have got
moving-
something
It wasn't
there.
a no.
It's possible. He didn't shut it down right away. He's kind of like, it could be.
Well, we should take a further look, maybe. Yeah, but they've actually investigated the King Opera House before.
Yeah.
They've caught legitimate orbs in pictures, so that may be where his thinking is coming.
Yeah.
This could,
It really could be
we need
it.
to take a
Okay,
better
so
look.
there were so many stories in there. He gave us a handful. We could only have time to show you a couple. There was another one where it was talking about some local kids from the high school. We're doing a story there. They wanted to investigate themselves. The Opera House said, sure, you can do it. Let them stay overnight. Gets a phone call a couple hours later by midnight, 1 a.m. The fire alarm's going off. They were saying they didn't do
We were
it.
like, we didn't do it.
And it
That's
was
really
right after
crazy.
they were asking some specific questions. Alarm goes off, something super crazy. He said has never happened before or since. And that was one story. There's this woman that appears in the men's bathroom.
I've heard about the woman in the opera house before.
It's there.
So Zach, you check that out, which we have an extended version
Yes.
of that tour. We'll have that on 5+ and a
Yeah.
little bit later today, so you can watch that. But I mean, the King Opera House, not only haunted stories, this is a gorgeous,
Yeah,
beautiful
it was neat.
building.
Nice.
They still hold events in, and if you visit downtown Van Buren, you can tour it.
I love, and when I said it too when we got there, as soon as we got out of the car, I was like, I've been there briefly, but I hadn't spent a lot of time. I was like, I love downtown Van Buren.
Downtown Van Buren
The
is so
old
cute.
buildings, the way it's on the hill, it really is super pretty.
It is
really is.
gorgeous.